on this computer. There we go. Okay, so this is the Crush It team call for March the 4th, and we are going to be talking today about free groups, how to run them, how to most use them effectively, and especially to help grow your business. So this is always a good one for new people and for veterans, because I know after 2 years, I kind of stopped doing them for a while and kind of started back up again. So this is very, very good for new people. It's such an easy way to offer something out. I'm going to have to mute the people doing dishes.
Can you mute everyone, Mike?
Hold on.
Because all I hear is water running and stuff.
That's okay.
Oh, it's all good.
I'll come on here and just mute all. There we go. Done, as long as you can still hear me. So we're going to get into it quickly. We have Melinda, Sarah, Rachel, and myself are each going to kind of go over a few components and kind of show you what has worked for us as far as free groups. This is something we could probably do once a quarter, just with so many new people in and with the amount of new groups that are being created. Sarah and I are creating a vegan one right now that we're creating kind of as we go, a couple days ahead of each post, sometimes a day ahead of each post. But it's nice to get some new content out there. We've both, I think, done the vegan one before, but it's a great, we found we had such great traction with it the previous time. I'm calling mine, 2.0, because there are a lot of people doing it. That being said, when I started, I think I had 153 people in that group, and now our free group is up to 2,020 or something like that. So obviously there's a lot of new people in the past year that we've been adding to it. So hopefully, Amy, as I saw those deer in headlights eyes, is your what? 2,000. Hopefully we can help you guys grow your free groups. And again, we're going to show you free groups. Also, some people just run one group after another. And a lot of us have moved towards what we call like a free community, where we house everybody, and that's where we run our free groups from. So each month with that same group that continues to grow and grow and grow is where we run our free groups. I know there's some coaches who are very successful running the same free group every single month for the past 5 years. And if you're in there, you're getting the same info. If you want more, come join our accountability group. So there's different ways of looking at it, but we're going to go through really quickly. And while I'm going to start just real fast and kind of go through exactly how this works, especially for new people. So for free groups, again, it's a great way to come across with helpful information and not sound like a salesy person, right? Come buy something from me. You're giving away free information, and for us, that's the easiest way of looking like, hey, you know what? Come follow me. I'm going to give you lots of information. I'm not just going to try and sell you something. Right, Tessa? Anyway, so she's like, I don't want to talk to Uncle Mike. So that's why I think the free groups are so successful, is because you kind of dangle that little bit of carrot in front of them, give them a little bit of information, but you're not giving away the whole cow all the time, right? What's the saying, Rachel? Why would I buy the milk if I get the cow for free? Is that how it works? Yeah. So that's kind of what it is. That being said, I mean, we don't run a vegan group, but the last one we did, I actually invited some guest speakers in, even who were, what I would call hardcore vegans, to show some recipes, to do some talks. So it is kind of a neat way to look as a resource to other people. So the first things first is where do you even start, right? For a lot of you, it's like, well, I don't know how to run a free group. Do I have to create this myself? No, absolutely not. And I highly recommend you don't make your own at the beginning, because you're going to overwhelm yourself. There's a fantastic one that a lot of us have had success with. It was the sugar detox one. It literally has a calendar and tells you at 9 o'clock on Monday, post this. At 12 o'clock on Tuesday, post this. And I'm going to show you really quickly. So if you go, Rachel, you're the one I can see. Can you see my screen now? Cool. So if you go into the training that Jamie and Kim have set up, here is the welcome page basically. If you scroll down and go to important links guide at the bottom, it will, did I do that right? Yeah, it'll bring you to this page. There is so much information on here. But if you go alphabetically, here's your free groups post script. You click on that, and it is going to take you to this Google Drive with a whole bunch of free groups. Is the sugar detox one on here? No. Okay, we need to add that there. But for example, I'm going to click on this one.
It's on the Crush It page if you search sugar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the Facebook page. Perfect. Here's an example though. Day 1, Monday. This is what you post. Here's an image. Day 2, this is what you post. Here's an image. Okay, so there's a lot of good ones out there. I would actually start with the sugar detox one if you're brand new, only because it literally has a calendar. It even tells you when to do an invite. Okay, so that's where you're going to be able. We'll try and make sure we add these on here, and Sarah and I will add our vegan one on here once we're done, because we are creating some new information. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. We've got this, and then what we're trying to do is kind of create slides within the group that make it look a little bit more profesh, you know. So this is a template that we literally got out of PicMonkey, and we're just adding some things to it. It's the same template. We're sharing a PicMonkey account, and then we'll put all the stuff on there for you. But you can see the recipes and everything start to kind of look a bit more professional, right? And then you guys can just take these and use them and the scripts and hopefully make it idiot proof, right? Because trust me, I need idiot proof myself. So that's kind of what my group looks like. Sorry. Then what you're going to do, now that once you found one that you really want to do, sorry, one sec here. Once you found one that you really want to do, then you're going to make a post on Facebook and invite people. And that's what the girl's going to show you theirs, what they've done to attract people. You're going to try and hopefully get some contact info from them. And then you're going to run your group. You're going to post in it 3 times a day, probably. You're going to hopefully go live at least once a day, even if it's just a wrap up. Hey, Joe, go grab a coffee. And then what you're going to do is hopefully convert those people to paying customers. All right? So real fast, I'm just going to show you what I do really quickly. Hopefully it shows up. So for example, here's a post I did. These are not my pictures. It's a lady on Instagram that I follow. I tagged her in my Instagram post. I asked her if I could use her pictures. She's more than flattered. I'll probably get her to come in and do a guest post in it. She's a lady from Germany. And I put the link at the bottom for the group. For you people, I like to keep it simplified for myself. I don't like to do more than I have to. So the way I have mine set up, and this is again, if you're brand new, please don't think you have to do this, okay? But this is for some of the other people who may be doing this a while. I have mine, for a lot of you, let's say go to a Google Doc form, because I want to collect their information. I want to at least get an email from people if they're going to come in my free community. I use MailChimp. It goes there. Once they send me their email and their contact info and what they want out of my group, MailChimp actually then sends them the link of how to get into my group, okay? But don't worry. If all you want to do at the beginning is have this person add you as a friend so you can put them in your group, that's an amazing start. And then once people start commenting, I did this silly thing, give me your best emoji below if you want to join the group, and it just makes it a bit more fun. And then after each person I responded, I tagged them in the post. I said, hey, Lisa, here's the link to join the group. I put it up there again for them. They fill it out. I collect their email. It adds them to the group, and I just go accept them. Okay? So that's kind of my steps of how I do it. I'll show you really quickly. In PicMonkey, there are templates for every different type of Facebook cover page in PicMonkey. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I made it, it doesn't fit. If you go into PicMonkey and go in, I can't, Rachel, you're the queen of this, in templates, or if you create an original one, it'll say, do you want to create a Facebook group page? Do you want to create a Facebook profile banner? So this, I just stole this picture off the internet, and then I slapped that on there, okay? And now that's my cover page for my free group, okay? When you, oh no, that's my personal page, and then I'm gonna get off and let you guys do this, and then that's what it looks like in my free community, okay? And I change that every month depending on what free group I run, okay? Pretty straightforward. Rachel, did you wanna go next? Let me stop sharing. I know there's a lot of information there, but do I have to unmute you?
Can I share, or they
Yeah,
get to
it's
give
all
me
yours.
permission? Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
It's all yours.
Okay, so before I show you what I do really quickly, I'll show you that template thing on PicMonkey.
Perfect, thank you.
So if you go to either blank canvas and you hit Facebook, it'll give you the dimensions for every sort of Facebook picture, like for an event cover photo, a group cover photo, business page, everything. And how you get to here is just by design and then templates. So I'll kind of show you a little bit how I suck people into my groups. And I kind of, it'll be like a running theme on my Facebook page during the week, and also on my Instagram stories. So for example, this was Wednesday.
How many posts,
and I just,
how many posts would you say you do to promote your free group?
I'd say the week before it happens. So I have a free community. So I'll advertise it in there and I'll say, add your friends. And then during the week, I'll maybe do 2 outright join my groups. And then the rest of the week, I'll have like my group that starts tomorrow is how to organize your life. And so all week, my posts will kind of be around getting organized. On my Instagram, on my IG stories, I went to Michael's and I bought all these like organizing thingies. So it's kind of trickling into all of my social media platforms. So on Wednesday, and I pull my ideas for, I know once you're comfortable running a free group and kind of using the templates that are on Crush It, and you kind of want to do your own and your own ideas, I just kind of pick from my challenge group and see what people are struggling with. And for this week in my group, people are like, oh, I just need to get organized. So I went live, and this kind of worked to my advantage, is I went live and talked about getting organized, and halfway through my live video, my neighbor rang the doorbell to go for a walk, and I turned the live video off. I cursed Rebecca, I'm like, no. So, and then everyone's like, where'd you go? What happened? Who's at the door? Did they abduct you? Like, it kind of worked out to my benefit. But then later on, as you can see, I'm like, no, I was not abducted by a door-to-door salesman, but this is what I'm getting at. So, you know, I have 3 kids, twins included, so I feel like my life is a gong show all the time. So I just snap a picture of the kids and say, do you want to get organized? And what we've kind of noticed just with Facebook is that sometimes when you put a link in your post doesn't get seen as often. So I always put the link to my free group in the comments. Here I didn't. I was just trying to like get a feel for, you know, what do people want? What are they looking for? You know, and I'm the kind of person that I swear. So I'm like, you know, let's get your shit together. And so this is how I populate my groups. And also because I run a free community, I tell all my people in my free community, you know, this is starting on Monday, add your friends. What are you looking to get out of the 5-day free Organize Your Life? You know, and then John Paul and I went live and we talked about, you know, how do we support each other in this journey? And it was also a lot to do with being organized and working as a team, meal prep, all that fun stuff. So once I kind of breadcrumb it all week, today I did a post like an outright inviting them post this morning. And, you know, I kind of like pulled at people's heartstrings. Like I know some pretty unorganized people in my life. So I basically described them. And then I said the link is in the comments. So people can add themselves to my community. So this is my community. And I also, whatever I'm posting on my personal page, I'm obviously doing, I don't know where my phone is. I'm doing on my business page. And then after in my IG stories, I'll say, I took a picture of all my stuff and I'm like, you know, getting organized, doing my free community. Are you interested? Send me a message. And then I can send them the link to my free community through Instagram, and they can come and add themselves here as well. So
can I just make one pause? If you guys notice on her screen there, right at the bottom, it says 6 scheduled posts. Again, that's the beauty of running the groups. And with the sugar detox one, especially for people who are super busy, you can literally schedule all 21 posts Sunday night so that all you have to do is go in there and kind of comment. Sorry, Rachel.
That's okay. I was just going to bring that up. I kind of like to fly by the seat of my pants. So today, literally, I sat down while something was meal prepping and I scheduled for the next 2 days. And again, it's awesome. Like you literally go in, you write your post, you add your picture, you put down what date and what time you want it to post at. So again, I'm going to generally post 3 times a day, around 8:30, once around like 1:30 when I know people are on lunch, and then 8:30 when I know kids have gone to bed and people have had dinner, and they can sit down and have time. So that's what I do to run the free groups. And then this is something that I just started doing, and it kind of helps, and it gives people an idea and they know to tune in. So today I post a schedule. So this is what we'll be talking about for the next 5 days. And again, I just did this in PicMonkey. And it just gives people an idea of what we'll be touching upon. And what I also find is that sometimes I put comments and they're like, well, can we do this too? And can we do this too? And I won't generally craft a post about it, but what I'll do is I'll do that nighttime live to kind of wrap up what's gone on during the day, and then to also answer any questions that anybody has asked in the group. So I like to run my free groups in my community just because on my off weeks where I'm not running a 5-day free group, there's still a lot of chatter in there. You know, people post their food and they ask questions, and this is like, you know, this is like a mom from the school. She posts all her meal prep in here, but that's where I get a lot of ideas to and I share my videos also. Like if I go live on my Facebook page making here, it was quinoa egg cups, I'll share it in my community as well. So I don't spend too much time in my free community doing posts every day, but I do make a note of posting in there at least 3 to 4 times a week, whether it's sharing something from my personal page or just asking one of those quick questions in there, like, what are you struggling with? And I kind of compile a list of stuff that I can do free groups on later. So I think that's it for me.
Cool. Sarah, you look like you have kids pseudo under control, so may as well do it while it's not crazy.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna just first talk a little bit about the first couple of groups that I ran and when I was just starting out. So I've been coaching for about a year now. And the first month I started as a coach, I didn't run a free group. I just kind of was reaching out to friends about joining us. And the second group, the second month, I thought, okay, let's start a free group. So for the first 6 months or so that I was running a free group, I would always run it, and I saw Jamie posted in the comments there that run it the first week of the month. And I try to do that for the most part. It's great to kind of set you up for success through the month, and it leads into nicely into your challenge group starting as well. So the first couple groups that I ran a sugar detox one to start, and that was a good one for me. One way that I've kind of added more people to my community over the last little bit is I'll post some advertisements or some images in some buy and sell sites or some mom groups. Although you have to be careful about the mom groups, they don't always like that. But it is a great way to add people to your group. and to connect with different people that you might not have connected with otherwise, right, Carolyn? Right. So, yeah. So, that's kind of how I've ran my free group. So the first week of the month, I try to think about a topic that would be successful. Some of the first ones that I did were the sugar detox. I did a mason jar meal one that was really successful, and a lot of people were really interested in that. So added a lot of people for that. Through the summer, did like a back to school snack ideas one. Sheet pan meals was really successful too. I liked that one. So if you're running a free group in your community, you would create a new group. So initially, Amanda, I was creating a new group every month. But now in, I think it was about October, I decided to create a community. And so now each month I do like Mike and Rachel, and I change the banner at the top, and I just continue to add new people into the group. Not a new page, just a new image at the top, and then I'll do a live video to kind of introduce the new topic to the people in the group. Somebody's talking. Okay, so I'll just answer that too. So the difference between the group and the community, I think part of the idea about a community is that you have a group of people that were interested in what you're doing anyways. I found that each month where I was creating a brand new group to run, I was moving over the same 100 people, adding about 20, 30 more, but it was just kind of leg work for me. Sorry, I've got little people at my legs. So it was just kind of more work, and I found those people were going to be interested anyways. A lot of time when I post my new topic, the same 100 people want to be involved in that group. So now with the community, they're already there. I don't have to spend the time adding them to the group, and I can just focus on new people. So let me show you some of the images that I use. Oh, I'll just share my screen for a sec. Okay. So I was going to show you. So this is my community, and so this is my next free group is plant-based meals. And then I think, can I show you some of the other? Just scroll back. Not sure why it won't let me. So this week I'm doing a plant-based meals group. Some of the ones that I've done, let's see if we can see. Yeah. So some of the ones that I've done recently, I did an Instant Pot group. Mike and I kind of collaborated on that one, and that one was really successful. Lots of people. What do you want? Okay, there you go, baby. Sorry, guys. Sunday afternoon. So yeah, so Mike and I collaborated on an Instant Pot one. That one was super successful. What was the other one we did recently? Oh, 5-ingredient meals as well. And just like Mike was saying, we've been working on creating kind of some templates that we'll be sharing. But I was going to show you some of the images. So you saw, Mike, there's our template for the vegan group that we're creating for the 5-ingredient meals. So it just kind of just makes it look a little bit more professional, and we'll be sharing these pics so that you can use them. They're easy to kind of go in and create. Oops. And then the Instant Pot ones was great again. I like the images, and I'm finding I'm using them. I'll just take save the image, and then when you're at the grocery store or whatnot, it's easy to pull up the recipe on your phone. You've got your phone with you, so easy kind of shopping wise for your group. And I was going to show you, so this is an example of a post that I did to invite people to my group. So this was an image that I found online, and I just actually went in with an eraser. There was something written here and something written here. And then I did put the link here, although as Rachel said, it's a good idea to put it in the comments of your group. So I'll usually do a couple posts before. There we go. So that's kind of, I'm not sure, let me check. Was there any questions that were coming up in the chat there? Okay.
Cool. So one trick that you can do with putting your link in your actual post is what I tend to do is I will wait until it gets traction, until people are commenting and I'm commenting back and it starts to go. Then I'll go back and edit the post and put the link in. But I find if you put an external link in for Facebook, they don't want people to leave Facebook. So if you put a link to a group is usually okay, but if I'm going to send them to a website or to MailChimp or to Google Docs, they're not going to show that because they know people are then leaving Facebook. So that's why a lot of us will put it in either the comment section or, again, it depends whether you want to, it depends whether you want to collect information or not, right? Any questions for Sarah? I wasn't sure if there was one more there. Community posts, their workout pics and post in the same feed as.
So I found some people do check in with workout pics. That's part of having the community too, and also my group. There was a couple weeks where people kind of thought that the community was the VIP group, so a few people were checking in with some workout posts, and I'll share, like Rachel, I'll share my live videos in there, any kind of workout stuff that I'm doing. But mostly it's just kind of sharing about whatever topic we're discussing that week. Unless
it happens to be a booty and whatever group that you're doing, right, then you want those people to do that, right? And you want your regular challengers. Sometimes I've even gone in and told my challengers, hey, if you're in my free group, help me out and post in there and get this sucker going. So sometimes it works, because you want it. Sometimes it can be crickets in there because these people don't know you as well as your challengers do. Thanks, Sarah. And then let's have Melinda, who kind of started this whole, started the whole community thing for everybody. I remember she mentioned it, was it a year ago or I don't know, 8 months ago or something? And everybody was like, community? What the heck is she talking about? She's crazy. And then all of a sudden, everybody kind of is like, hey, that's a great way to do it. So Melinda, go ahead.
Hi guys. Okay, I'm like kind of nervous. It's so weird. You can put me in front of a classroom full of teenagers who are the most judgmental people in the world, but then I talk in front of adults and I'm like, ah. Anyways, so can I share? I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I share the screen? Oh yeah. I made slides to help guide me. So I've been running my community this way actually since March of 2017. So it's coming up on a year now. And I have done lots and lots of free groups my entire time that I've been a coach. I've been a coach for over 2 years now. And definitely, I wanted to kind of start off by saying, I think what I do kind of now, can you see that? There we go. What I do in this community now has evolved. Like I started off doing free clean eating groups, squat challenges, drink more water challenges, crockpot challenges. Like I did all the 5-day free groups that you could figure anybody could do. And then I kind of got inspired by somebody else. I hired a business coach for myself, and she really helped me to see that my free groups needed to be a glimpse into my challenge pack. or my paid challenge. So since then, I have completely changed the way I run my free community. And I no longer do free challenges that are kind of anything but a glimpse into my challenge group. So it's been working really well, but it's definitely been an evolution. Like I didn't always do it this way. Can you guys see my screen now? Awesome. Okay. So what I've been learning is that people will buy from you when you show them that you can get them the results that they desire. So by doing my challenges this way, I make them a tiny glimpse of a challenge group, and I literally aim to get people results in 5 days. And I don't want to get them results in, learning more crock pot recipes or whatever types of other free groups I did. I want them to legit have aha moments during those 5 days, so that at the end, when I pitch my paid group, they're like scrambling to work with me more because they're already feeling incredible after those 5 days of what we've been doing. It really, for me, started with foundational clarity and figuring out who I was as a coach. And once I knew who I wanted to talk to, it got really easy to make content in this community, and it got really easy to find those people. So my community has had lots of different names, but this is what it's called now: Happy, Healthy, Unstoppable Mamas. It kind of takes a little bit of the health part into it, and also unstoppable, which is how I have felt since I've started Beachbody, and that's what I want my challengers to feel as they start to work through my free challenge and then through my paid groups as well. So it literally changed my business. I was somebody who was super scared at the beginning to post on Facebook. I was super nervous to do like sweaty selfies. I had everybody on my Facebook from my past life, and all I could think of was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm sharing this content. Now I no longer worry about that. I can be super vulnerable in my community because everybody who's there has chosen to be there, and they are my tribe. They are my people. They are people that have I've collected through a variety of ways, and I'll kind of share a little bit about that. But it's a group that is just my people. So I can speak really easily to them, and everything that I post, I can feel confident about. I never worry about a post going into my community. I get in front of the right people, and I offer them a ton of free value. So I really, really give, and then I ask at the end. So selling in my community never feels icky. I've just given them a load of free stuff, So at the end, when I say, hey, here's your opportunity to pay now to work with me more, I never feel nervous about that. And I always feel extra confident about pitching my next challenge group. So I just put on the side there, that's kind of like the description for my free group. I worked on that forever. It's an evolution of a whole bunch of different things, but it's just what I have as a vision for my community, where it's working moms who are, hustling all day and being moms at night. And it's just kind of outlines exactly what goes on in the group. All right. So I have an ongoing community, and that means that I have my 5-day free group every single month, but I also post there daily, and I post there with the intention of getting people engaged. I want it to feel less about me and more about the collective people who are there. So a couple things I do to increase engagement is I have like a weekly post that goes out every single Saturday and every single Monday. So on Saturday, I have Social Saturday, and you can go in and schedule these for months in advance, just like spend 10 minutes coming up with different things. So this is one back from October. I said, like, what are you up to on this last weekend of October? And I use the same image every single post on Saturday. So people start to see really that it's a consistent place where they're going to start to see the same stuff. Same with Monday Marketplace. That's a place where I actually ask other people, hey, like, we have lots of moms in here who run incredible businesses. Share your business. So I'll have people sharing below about their Jamberry business, or their LipSense business, or their 31 gift business, or whatever. But I want people to have a place where they can feel like they have value in coming there. So by giving them the opportunity to advertise their own business to my larger community, I'm really giving back and giving them a little bit extra. All right, so how do I get people in there? Every month I run a free challenge. Just like the other girls, I also share my community on Instagram stories. And I don't have swipe up on Instagram stories yet. So what I'll do is I'll do like a little video talking about what's going on in my community that day. Maybe like describe the posts that I have in there, or if I'm sharing things like food, pictures of the food, and then I'll say link in my bio to join me. So the link in my bio on my Instagram is the link to the Facebook group here. So people can go there and they can join me on Facebook. Okay, so I'm learning for any marketing to work at all, I have to say the right thing and I have to say it to the right people. So I figured out a targeted ad that's been working for me. I don't want to jinx it, but I have it down to about $1 a person to add them into my community. I figured out who I need to talk to, and it started with everything that I do from the beginning of planning each challenge each month needs to be aligned with where I'm going. So it needs to be aligned with my paid offering at the end. So I kind of reverse engineer. So I take, okay, what is my challenge group going to be for March? And then I reverse engineer to come up with a 5-day kind of glimpse or an appetizer into what that bigger challenge group is going to be. I've been avoiding vague topics because I just feel like I need to talk to people who are going to buy from me. So I want to talk to everybody who needs health and wellness and fitness and clean eating and community and support and accountability in their life. So that's what I'm advertising to them. I really try to focus on what is my ideal customer's pain point. So what was I before Beachbody, right? Because me before Beachbody, when I was scrolling social media thinking, what the hell are these Fitzpatricks doing that they're super healthy and always happy? And I'm, this hot mess mommy over here who can't get my butt to the gym with 2 kids. So I need to think about that woman and what her pain points were. And then that is what I'm advertising to her. So this was my last ad that went out that was really, really successful. I target it to people who are just like me. So they're teachers, because I'm a teacher. And I can tell you guys, I have 6 new teachers as challengers this month from the UK, Canada, and the US. So people who are just like me, who I can connect with super easily. They're moms. I have it targeted down to specific states even that I found I had better luck with. But over time, you kind of figure out what works for you. And I really just hit them right off the top with an emotional post. So I want this to get at their pain points. I want to kind of say to them exactly what they need to hear, and then I need to offer a solution. So when they read this as a free challenge, and I'm touching on all their pain points, and I'm hitting on all the things that they're stressed out about, or all the things that they're struggling with, and then at the end it says, and I put a link to a Google form, just like Mike does, in order to get into the challenge. And I also say comment below. I get them tagging other friends because they have other teacher friends, and so they tag all their other teacher friends in there. And then I go in and I invite those teacher friends to fill out the link as well. All right, so now that I have everybody in my community, I need to create a challenge for them. I kind of have like 5 different titles for challenges that I run through, 4 or 5. And I just repeat, like I rinse and repeat. So I'll do like happy, healthy, unstoppable mama. I have one that's more summer based where I do like drop the cover up, like you want to be the mom who doesn't have to worry about wearing the cover up. Like I really want the title of my challenge to be super juicy. I want people to be a no-brainer for them to get in there into this free challenge. And then I just give them content that's going to get them results. So it's result-based content throughout the challenge that excites them, that gets them going on a direction or in a direction that they're closer to where they want to be. So I try to give them a piece of fitness every day, a piece of clean eating every day. I always provide a meal plan, mindset stuff every day, and then lots of community. Just like Mike, my challengers are in my free community, and I tell them when a challenge is starting, and I tell them that they need to participate. I'm like, you guys got to be in there. So they go in there and they post when they're done their workout for the day, and they will even add on, like, I just did 80-day obsession booty and your booty workout, like, and they'll sort of give little tiny pieces for other people to say, like, what's 80-day, like, for people to question, right? So I really want to try to build an engaged audience of people who are fans of the content. It doesn't need to be hard. I repurpose content all the freaking time, and I buy stuff from Etsy. You can go onto Etsy and buy meal plans that are really affordable, and I just keep it simple that way. So I'll go on, I'll purchase something, I'll spend a few dollars on it, and then I'll share it to my community. And then I repurpose those all the time. It's really about remembering where you were pre-Beachbody and creating the challenge you wish had existed when you were that person. So when I was a hot mess, Christmas 2016, and I couldn't get myself to the gym like I used to. I had 2 babies under 2. I was eating convenience foods all the time. I was miserable to my husband. I felt like I had no social connection because it was the middle of winter and I had 2 kids. I would have loved to take part in a free challenge where I was going to get a quick little workout at home, or I was going to get a meal plan that inspired me to make different foods, or I was going to connect with other women who were just like me every single day and make new virtual friends. So you want to connect and create the challenge that you wish you had. And then every single day during that 5-day challenge, I go live. I talk about who knows what, all sorts of different stuff, but I try to make the title of my live video super juicy. So like last time it was like why setting goals is sexy AF. And like, that's kind of like goal setting is boring, but I try to make it a little bit, you know, or just liven it up a little bit, and talk about, again, those things that I want them to see. So one day I'll talk about fitness and how I save an hour and a half every single day by working out at home. One day I'll talk about meal prepping and how meal planning literally saves me money and time and energy. And then one day I'll talk about mindset. I might share like some personal development that I'm doing. One day I'll talk about community and about the importance of having a community in your life and what, you know, it gives you when you have accountability and you have buddies who get it. On Wednesday here's my content. So this is my last challenge that I just did, and I created all these in Canva. All you PicMonkey fans, I like Canva better, but it's just because I know it, I think. So this was every single day they had a different workout, and I was really inspired by 80 Day Obsession. So I did a little bit of copying some of that. So I had booty day, I had like arms and abs day, I had cardio core day. So I was just kind of like teasing a little bit to really align. When I pitched the challenge at the end, they recognized things that they were doing all week in what I was offering. I offered them a free meal plan, so I just posted a link to it at the beginning, and then throughout the week people would share pictures. I posted 2 this time just to make it even more valuable. I have a mason jar meal plan that I posted and a family-friendly meal plan. So I just kind of post those, and that's all I really do in terms of food, besides during the week sharing pictures of what I'm eating. And then every single day I do an affirmation in there where I will give them an affirmation that talks about something that really connects with like moms and people who are busy like me, and a little bit of a spiel along the side, and then a challenge at the end of that. So for this one, it was, what was it? Oh, they had to share a picture of their greatest blessing, and they were all posting pictures of their kids and their husbands and whatever. So now I have this challenge. How do I convert them? So on Wednesday, I'll do a live video. I find Wednesdays to be my sweet spot. Like, I've given them 3 free days of content. So I'll go on live on Wednesday night and I'll legitimately just share my story. And I'll laugh and say, those of you who have been here forever know my story, but I'm telling you again. And I'll tell them my Beachbody story. And then I offer them my paid group. I try to think of the challenge pack as the life changer that it is, and I get super freaking excited to tell people about the opportunity they have to get a challenge pack for such a little amount of money. I always try to keep my ideal challenger in mind. So what are they feeling? And I talk about their feelings. I try to really just focus on every single pain point they have and connect it to a piece of the challenge pack and tell them exactly how they're going to get value by buying this challenge pack. And then every time or every month, I think outside the box and add something, right? We can add so much to challenge packs. You don't just have to sell a challenge pack. You can add things like PDFs or downloadables. You can add in audios or videos. So if you know, videos of you meal prepping, or videos that you might already have made that you can offer when you're advertising your challenge pack during your free challenge as extras. Right now, I'm finding it really useful to do a call with me, a 20-minute Kickstart call. So you get a 20-minute Kickstart call with me. It's not individual. I do it with the group of people because I don't have time for individual. And I set a day and time that people are going to get on, and it's time sensitive. You have to register by a certain day in order to get on the 20-minute call with me, where I'm going to, I always say, literally make getting started super breezy and easy for you. So here's my pitch that I just did in February. So I was really lucky this month to be on a Teen Cup team with Kaylee Calabrese, and she agreed to do a call for my challengers. So I was able to offer that as a bonus. I start off by talking about everything that I know is a pain point for these people. And then eventually I get into, and I won't read these out, but kind of breaking down what's included in a challenge pack and how it's going to make their life easy. So I just break everything down so that eventually at the end of it, when they hear $160 or $186, they're like, oh, that's cheap, and they'll be itching to join. At the end of this, I also provide a link to a Google Doc So in order to express interest, they can reach out to me, or they can, I'm not looking at comments, I don't know if there are, or they can put their interest via Google Doc. So in the Google Doc, did I include it? No, I didn't. They'll just literally have an explanation of this again, and then your name, your email, and I'll reach out to them that way. So I try to cover all the bases, like I say, comment here, or reach out to me in a PM, or if you want to keep it between us, fill in this Google Doc link, and then I can start conversations. I'm almost done. There's always a time-sensitive bonus, so I posted this on the last day. It's the last day to express interest, and guys, this is the day that I'm finding most people come out and say, I'm in. Hold on, I'm in. Sometimes I'll even post like, hey, let me know if I got all the names, and then I'll go and type all the names. No, sometimes I add a couple extra, the names of people who have registered, and then people will comment below and be like, you missed me. Hold on, I'm joining too. So this one was the final chance. And then the money truly is in the follow-up. So just like ordinarily what you're supposed to do, I go and I send a thank you message during the challenge, during the my entire month. I'm always messaging people in my community. Thanks for the love. I really appreciate the support, and done. Or great to virtually meet you. You know, I get inspiration from talking to other moms, or this hot mess mama needs all the information or inspiration she can get. Welcome to the community. Like I'll just kind of reach out in terms of messaging. So I still do that part of messaging, but only with people who have been active in my group. So they've been liking stuff in my group, or commenting, or posting their workouts for the week, or posting their food. And those are the people that I start those conversations with in private messaging. And that's where the follow-up is. So I have a list of those people, and then next month too, even if they didn't participate, I'll go back in and just kind of send them those follow-up messages. So it's the same thing as if you were posting on your profile. But here I can kind of track it and see everybody. That's it.
Wow, I'm glad I saved you till the last.
Right.
I think all the questions were answered. What's the best way to actually invite people? Angie was saying. I was going to ask each of you, maybe Sarah, what do you do to kind of, as far as invite people to the actual challenge group? Is it a live? Is it a post? Is it both?
I usually have the most success with a good post, and the kind of tag a friend that might be interested too, for sure. That's how I've had the most success.
Awesome. Rachel?
Each of my 5-day free groups has fitness incorporated into it, and I always leave it for the 5th day. And that's when I kind of share my, what Melinda does on Wednesday, but I talk about on Friday, it's my whole transformation. Who wants to extend this into 21 days? Pop a comment below. And usually, because it's been the fitness day and we've been talking all day about fitness, it's already on their mind already.
Cool.
Actually, Melinda, I had a question.
Yeah.
So in terms of your, what's up on Saturday, or your Monday posts,
yeah.
When you do your 5-day challenge, do you not do those?
No, I do them.
You still do them? Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions while we have time, people, off the top of your head? What's interesting, Liz, just real fast though, is you see they all are done a little bit differently, yet they're all successful. So there's no one set way. You might resonate better with how Sarah or Rachel or Melinda did theirs, but there's no set way on exactly how to do it. Sorry, go ahead, Liz.
Thank you. I was just going to ask, how much time, Melinda, do you spend kind of planning your posts out? Do you do it at the beginning, so before you start the group? Do you have it all planned and prepped, your topics and your posts and everything pre the actual group going ahead?
Yeah, I do it ahead of time, and then I save it and I repeat them every 4 months. So okay. I just repurpose the content. So I'm not always rewriting posts. I kind of save them in a Google Drive folder, and then I just repeat and use them again. But yeah, it's all ready to go before, because in my ad, when I run my free ad, my ad for my free group, I say what I'll be covering, and then I include my topics that I'm going to talk about in my live video. So I'll just have like 5 points about like how I save an hour and a half a day by working out at home and why goal setting is whatever. So I'll have those in my ad as well. And then those are the topics that I know I need to do a live video about when I'm actually running the challenge.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, Carolyn mentioned, she asked if you would invite family and friends to the free group to populate. Odds are it's a free group. You should be able to get a lot of people. I know Facebook is kind of clamping down on it supposedly, but if you did tag 2 friends in this and share this post, if you join the community, I'll also be throwing out a free prize or something. I mean, that can get it up to 50 people in one post, right? Assuming that you have more than 10 friends on Facebook at this time. But yeah, that's a great way to populate. I haven't done that in a while. I'm not sure if Facebook is banning that, but supposedly they were supposed to be saying, no, you can't do that anymore. But that's a great way to do it. Hey, when we started our first challenge group, I asked Kim to be in it. I asked Kim's sister in the actual challenge group, not even the free group. I mean, I think I had 3 people in my challenge group. So yeah, if you want to invite family and friends into it, of course.
Can I say something to you there? You have to, and it used to be something that would always bug me. It's so just quality over quantity. Like if you only have 5 people in your free challenge, but they're the right 5 people, then you're better off talking to those 5 people than talking to 100 people who have no interest in buying a challenge pack, right? So it's all about finding quality people, the people who need your solution, and that's who you're going to offer free content to, instead of just, trying to grab from everywhere to get numbers up in your group.
Good point. No more questions before we go. Cool. Yeah, hopefully you guys found that interesting. Again, for new coaches, it's such a great way to get started. I got to talk to Jamie, but I think we've got another cool idea for brand new coaches to get started. Him and I were looking at a post that someone's done that seems to be working really well. So I'll talk to him. We can share that one as well for brand new coaches. Kind of a great way to get a kickstart combined with free groups. All right.
And it is interesting, right, to look back, like when I first started, right? Maybe 1 person signed up out of the group, maybe 2, but then it does snowball, right? And the people that have been in your community now for 4 months, 5 months, now they're coming around too. So there's the process of that consistency piece for sure.
Yeah, it's for me, I know, and they're also, if they become your friends too, they're also seeing your daily posts, right? It's not just the community now. Like Melinda said, if you had 10 great people that were also seeing your daily posts, that's cool. Matt, you can appreciate this now. I think my last 10 challenge packs I sold, you can guess where they're from, right? They're all Instant Pot people who actually also are healthy people. I look at them and whenever someone adds you as a friend, I click on them in Messenger, and right at the top, it'll show you the groups you have in common. And all of mine are member of the Instant Pot community, member of the Instant Pot community. So I know those people are also seeing my personal posts as well as the stuff you see in the group. So cool. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.